Hello, everyone. Very good evening and warm welcome to our talk show, Jungle Chimes. Let us begin with Exploring Nature, a wildlife consulting company. About exploring nature is a community of likely-minded people who loves to be in the nature admits. Our mission is to make people cherish nature's beauty and protect its novelty. Jungle Chimes, we have started this talk show Jungle Chimes in order to create an awareness about nature. So we introduced the knowledge-based platform that is Jungle Chimes. Also, this talk show is being delivered by our domain experts. Our services, the very first is nature trials and photo walks. In this, we felt there's a dire need to create awareness about nature, which is very important. Documenting is a challenging task. I mean, documenting the same is a challenging task. So, yet it is rewarding also. So, we are introducing nature trials and photo walks for all age groups. We have nature and wildlife photography workshops. Here, we are teaching about photography, wildlife photography, also about nature, wherein we teach to capture the nature from small element to large ones with more accuracy. And the thing is over here is little training and tuning will lead to a great rewarding career. Then we have nature and wildlife photography camps. Here we educate wildlife photographers more about nature. To be a better wild photographer, one should be able to read nature carefully and photograph accordingly. Our camps aim to sensitize your with experts from the field. Nature and wildlife photography expeditions. We are introducing this expedition with a vision to develop sustainability based ecotourism, also to support our local tourism. And wildlife consulting in this is a wildlife management for bird sanctuaries, for wildlife sanctuaries, national parks, and tiger reserves on consultation basis. Wildlife consultings, we have assessing habitats, observe wildlife, and conduct wildlife surveys, planning and development of sustainable and ecotourism, guide training program, promotional and conservational activities. Now, I would like to pass on this to Miss Ishani so that she can go ahead with our partner Zess, which is a German-based company. Ishani, up to you.
Yeah, thanks, Ina. Thanks a lot. So,
Yes.
we have today with us our equipment partner, Zeiss. So, it was founded by Carl Zeiss. It's quite popular, quite famous over the world, and it's a more than 150 years old company. And for the naturalists, for the ornithologists or nature lovers, they have their ED binoculars. So we have them today with us. Thank you, Hina. And over to you, Hina. Please continue.
Yes. Sure. Thank you, Ishani, for your contribution for this about this. Now, meet the speaker, and our speaker today is an amateur ornithologist, scholar, writer, and nature lover who closely follows the avian world. Now, she is pursuing ornithology courses in Bombay Natural History Society and Cornell Lab of Ornithology, Cornell University, United States. So, a warm welcome, Miss Gargi Mishra. You can please start over. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Hina, for that generous introduction about me. But guys, really speaking, frankly, I'm not an ornithologist. I'm still continuing my studies. So yes, I'm still a student, and to get that designation, I would need some more years and more experience. So here I'm going to present today's topic. Hina, I'm sharing the screen.
Yes, please. Yeah, you can go ahead.
Yeah, just a minute. Can you people see this
Yes.
first page?
Yes.
Right? It's loud and clear?
Yes, very
Yeah.
much.
My voice is clear too?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, here we go. Let me take you people to the universe of birds, where we will peep into their evolution and how they come to existence. Okay, why I have used this term peep? Because evolution per se is a very vast subject. We cannot cover it within few webinars. Okay, so therefore here we will learn about the basic aspects of their evolution. Okay, we will peep into their evolution. So let's move forward. Well, tell me, you guys, do you ask the same question I ask myself when I see a bird? From where did the birds come from? I wonder. Some of you must be thinking about this. All right. So if you Google about their origin, then you will find that they have come from the Jurassic era, some 165 million years ago. Now, the question will definitely bother you that this is the era of dinosaurs, right? Jurassic era was the era of dinosaurs. Then how come these birds come from that era? What do you say? So let's consider about it. And actually, it's very simple. The forefathers of the modern birds were dinosaurs. And they have evolved from a group of dinosaurs called theropod dinosaurs. They are called theropod dinosaurs. Actually, this is a group of bipedal carnivorous dinosaurs having the small and delicately built compsognathus to the gigantic T-Rex or Tyrannosaurus rex as its members. You must have seen that movie, right? Jurassic Park. So उसमें T-Rex भी है और compsognathus भी है, then velociraptors भी है. You can watch that movie and you can identify those theropod dinosaurs. And but here the question comes: why these huge animals shrank their body and became birds? Well, it is still a mystery, but the hypothesis is that probably the ever-changing biogeographical conditions of the planet forced them to adapt different habitats. Or maybe they have found that trees were a useful source of food and shelter. Or maybe there were less predators on the sky as compared to the land. So they evolved to reduce their body size and started growing wings. Okay, and the process of evolution continued. Look at this image. Can you see my pointer, mouse pointer, all of you? Here it is the theropod dinosaur. This is an example of theropod dinosaur. Here it is a T-Rex actually. And gradually when the evolution took place, this theropod dinosaurs dropped few of its reptilian characteristics and just went on adding feathers. Okay. And this theropod dinosaur dropped its forelimb. See, look at here how tiny the forelimbs are. They just went on adding feathers to the forelimbs and became the first bird of the world that is called Archaeopteryx. The scientist named it Archaeopteryx. Okay, and here it is the fossilized. This is the image of the fossilized form actually. This is the Archaeopteryx fossil the scientist found in 1861 in Germany. Okay, so look at the wing. This is the wing. Just mark my mouse pointer and look at it. This is the wing of the bird and this is the tail. Okay, this is the tail. And the German name of this bird is Vogel. And literally the meaning is original bird or first bird. Did you get it? This is actually the fossil of the first bird. And when the artist recreated the bird by using their imagination, they just included the feathers and different color to that, and they created such Archaeopteryx. And if you will find, you will search on the internet, you will find that there are so many Archaeopteryx are there with different colors. So don't get confused that those are the artwork of different artists only. Okay, so Archaeopteryx is the great grandparent of all the modern birds we have nowadays. It had all the features of bird, but at the same time it had sharp claws on the hands. Look at let me take you a little back and look at here. These are the claws. Can you mark it here? There were claws on its hand. Okay, and it has a bony tail, long bony tail, and these are the reptilian characteristics. Actually, it has jaws and teeth and claws and a bony tail. All of them are reptilian characteristics. So though these Archaeopteryx had feathers and wings, but still it retained few of the reptilian characteristics. But as it had attained the feathers, we call it the first bird of the world. And from this, the family of modern bird were drawn. Okay, now till now it's clear. Now look at this image. Here it is the complete evolution chart of this theropod dinosaurs till we got our modern birds. Here it is the Archaeopteryx. First, the theropod dinosaur evolved to become the Archaeopteryx, and later on, when the evolution continued, the Archaeopteryx further evolved and dropped few of the reptilian features like jaws, teeth, bony tail, and developed typical bird-like features such as beaks and keel bones. Here you can see the structure of the keel bone. This is very vital for the flying birds. Okay, this is actually a the keel bone is to support the pectoral muscles or flight muscles, and keel bone is an extension of the sternum or the breastbone of the bird. This keel bone is a extension of the breastbone that anchors the pectoral muscles and gives leverage to the wings. Due to this particular bone, the birds can fly, and all those birds, you must have known that few birds are flightless, right? So those birds have either no keel bone or they have underdeveloped keel bone. So this is the biggest evolution this Archaeopteryx adapted, and now we got all the modern birds. And this part is very much important. The keel bone is very much important to all the flying birds we have. And this is how we got all our modern birds like mena, parrot, chicken, and your pigeons, and all those 11,000 species in the world, and whatever bird nowadays you see. Therefore, arguably, we can say that birds are dinosaurs in the same way as we are mammals. Okay, so birds continued to evolve, and we got dinosaurs continued to evolve, and we got our modern birds. Now, let me take you to the wonderful world, or rather, I can say the magical world of modern birds, which appear almost like an illusion to me. Why an illusion? There are actually many reasons. First of all, in this world, the boys are the most colorful and handsome. Actually, in human world, what happens? Usually we say girls are beautiful and boys are so-so. But in this world, the boys are most beautiful, colorful, handsome, and they are very elegant. They have evolved to add on extraordinary physical features to themselves, like long tails, ruff around their necks, wattles around their beak or neck or throat, crest on their heads, etc. And all these are just to impress the girls to start their own family and have offspring. On the other hand, the girls choose to be simple but elegant, because the girls hatch and raise their chicks. If they will get colorful feathers, then the predators can easily locate them, and that could be fatal for their babies. So again, this type of coloration, the brighter color for boys and the dull color for girls, are actually an evolutionary adaptation to say, to keep their families safe from the predatory eyes. Okay, so evolution didn't stop there, and birds continued to evolve again. They adapted different types of beaks, legs, wings, and even eyes as per their choice of food and habitat. So whatever they choose to eat, or the place they selected to live, according to that, they adapted different physical features. Here I have included some kind of different types of beak. Just have a look. The first one is cone-shaped bill or beak. Both are same. Bills and beaks are actually same, synonymous to each other. So this is the cone-shaped bill. All the grain-eating birds, remember, all the grain-eating birds or granivorous birds have this kind of bill. And this type of bill help them to husk the grains and pick them up easily from the ground. For example, our house sparrows and Indian silverbill. Look at their bill. What type of bill they have? This type of bill help them to husk the grain. Okay, and the next type of bill is strong, thin, and straight bill. All the insectivorous bird or insect-eating birds have this type of bill with a large gape to catch the insect in flight. Gape is actually the basal part of the beak. This is the gape. The gape is the basal part of the beak that extends towards the eye. Okay, that this area is called the gape. And when this bird open its mouth, it get open like a large. It can wide open its mouth. So here it is a blue-cheeked bee-eater, and this is a black drongo. They are insect-eating birds or insectivorous birds. Next comes the long, thin, and needle-like bill. Few birds have adapted this type of bill to extract the nectar that is usually located at the end of the flower. Here you can see a hummingbird. This is actually a violet-headed hummingbird, and here it is the purple sunbird. They have long needle-like bill, and they few of them have tubular tongues to suck the nectar from the flower. So again, these are the evolutionary adaptations the different types of birds have. The next type of bill is strong hooked bill, and all the flesh-eating birds or the carnivorous birds have this kind of bill. Look at this eagle. This is a steppe eagle, and this is one Egyptian vulture. Just mark their bill, how it is, and this helps them to tear the flesh from their prey efficiently. So they have adapted this type of bill. Now, just like beak or bill, wings are another distinct features in birds. And here we will cover the evolution of wings. The wing of a bird is much like a human hand, right? It acts just like an human hand. And the ability of flying, then migrating, then hovering and diving, and even soaring of a bird depend on their wing size and shape. Here I have mentioned few types of wings. The first one is long and narrow wings. You can see the number one. This is an albatross. This is an wandering albatross actually. Look at the wing shape and size it has. This type of wing helps the bird to glide efficiently in its habitat. Okay, and the second type is broad wings with slots. What is a broad wing with slots? Here the outer primaries. Look at this. These are called the primaries of a bird. The first feathers. These are the secondaries. Then the tertials, like that. So these are the primaries of a bird. And here, in case of broad wings with slots, the primaries of primary feathers of a bird split and spread vertically to improve their aerodynamic performance. Look at this, how it has turned to upward, and these are the slots, the gap in between them. Okay, this type of broad wings with slots help the bird to uh, glide and soar as well in their respective habitat. For example, all the eagles, then vultures, and few more birds have this kind of feathers. This kind of wings. And here it is a lammergeier or a bearded vulture. And this type of wings help them to soar as well as glide. The third type of wing is long and pointed wings. Look at this bird and just notice the different type of wing it has. Okay, this type of wing help the bird to or provide the bird quite lot of speed. It gives speed to the bird, which helps them during migration. While migration, the birds need to cover up a large distance or a great distance within a certain period of time. So during that time, this kind of wing help them. And this is a peregrine falcon, very well known as the fastest flying bird on earth. And as per National Geography, this bird can dive with a speed of 300 kilometer per hour, and that is equal to a bullet train. Okay, so now you can imagine how this type of adaptation, how this type of evolutionary adaptation helped the bird to just to get speed in its habitat. And the fourth one is short and rounded wings. All the small birds or majority of the small birds like sparrows, and this is a oriental magpie robin, they have this type of wings, and that help them to take off rapidly to escape from the predators. So every bird has adapted the type of wing according to their need, and as they evolved, they adapted this type of wings as per their requirements. Okay, so next comes the evolution of legs in birds. Just like beaks, wings are another distinct feature with birds. The the legs, they have adapted different type of legs again as for their habitat. Here I have included a few types of legs, and the birds have adapted different types of legs for different regions like walking, running, hopping, flying, swimming, and also use it as a grooming tool to clean their feathers. Actually, you must have noticed you must have noticed many times that birds scratch their feathers, then they preen their feathers with their legs. So again, the leg of a bird help it to groom itself. If you compare the bone mass of a bird with a similar sized mammal, then the leg bone mass of bird will be heavier because they have just two legs to support the entire body weight. And what actually appear like their knee is actually their ankle. You must have seen this greater flamingos or stilt around your places. So when you see this long-legged birds, you must be thinking that these are the ankles. Sorry, these are the knees, but actually these are the ankles they have. And the different types of birds have adapted different types of legs. The first one is long, thin, and strong legs. All the flamingos, then stilt, then herons, then stork have all this type of legs. And this type of leg help them to keep their feathers high and dry while searching for food in shallow or deep waters or mud flats. Okay, so again, in the area in which they feed, they have adapted that kind of leg. The next one is long, thick, and strong legs. Birds like eagles and eagle owl have this type of legs because they kill their prey with their feet. The legs have to be strong. The legs have to be strong enough to take the impact and to carry the prey back to the nest. They kill their nest with the leg, and they usually carry their prey for their chicks or their partner. So for that, they have to have stronger legs to carry the prey. Here it is a bonelly eagle, and this is an Indian eagle owl, or sometimes it is called as uh, rock owl. And this bonelly eagle is sometimes people have witnessed that this guy can lift a goat, a small goat or deer of that sort. So now you can imagine how much weight it can carry with these legs. Okay. The next type of adaptation in birds are short and strong legs. Okay, few birds have adapted this type of legs to walk, hop, and run on the ground. Small legs also help in perching or holding the branch. Here it is a common tailored bird. Look at this guy, how it is holding the stem of the leaf. And this is a common hoopoe. It has very small legs, but it can easily walk on the ground, and it can sometimes it can walk on the ground, or sometimes if feel threatened, then fly away. And here comes the most interesting aspect of the bird's legs. Look at these guys. These are the swifts. Here it is a common swift, and this is an Asian palm swift. And actually, virtually these birds have no legs. Can you notice the legs on these birds? They don't need legs actually, because they feed, mate, and sleep in the air. They never come to ground intentionally. So they have adapted not to have legs, rather have only tiny toes to cling to the cliff and buildings they nest. Look at these guys. Look at this one. I have just included this photograph because here the claws are very clearly visible, but it has very small and tiny leg, almost not visible. And in this case, the leg is no, you even if you zoom it, you will not find the leg, only the claws. Okay, only the tiny toes they have to cling on the cliff or buildings where they nest. So this is a very interesting evolutionary adaptation in the birds. Here comes the evolution of eyes, but here I have included only the different types of eyes found in owls, just to stay within the time period allotted to me, and just to scrap the myth that owls cannot hunt during daylight. We will discuss about avian vision and eye color some other time. So eyes are vital to every living being. We all know that. Majority of bird species depend on the razor-sharp eyesight for their survival. Recently, the overall evolution and function of avian iris color has become the subject of interest among avian scientists. So here I have included only 3 different color eye found in the world of owls. First is the yellow eye. Second is the red or orange color eye. And the third one is the dark brown or black eyes. So what these color indicate? Actually, yellow eye tells that this bird is a day hunter, and this is active during the daytime. For example, jungle owlets and our spotted owlets, and there are some other owls having yellow eyes. And when you will see the yellow eyes, you will know that this bird is day active. This particular owl is active during the daytime and hunts during the daytime. But the orange or red color eye tells that the bird is crepuscular. That means they hunt at dawn and dusk, or in other words, they hunt during the low light. They hunt in the low light. For example, Indian eagle owl. This is an Indian eagle owl. Look at the eye color it has. And the third one is the dark brown or black eyes. That tells that the bird is a night hunter. Okay, so dark brown-eyed owls or the black-eyed owls are night hunters. They are active during the night time. For example, our barn owls, and there are few other owls having completely black eyes, and they hunt during the night. Here comes the actual illusion. Okay, finally, uh, after the evolution part, here we will consider the evolutionary adaptation on the feathers and how the birds adapted different colors. But little bit of it for the time being, and details we will consider in some other time. So we all know that pigments give color to skin, scales, and feathers, right? We all have studied in our science books that pigments gives color to humans, to human hair, then different to the amphibians, to the birds, and etc. But in many instances, the colors on birds are not real, but an optical illusion. Okay, it is an optical illusion. That means not always pigments give color to the birds. Rather, sometimes they get it from the sunlight. And scientists call it structural coloration. Okay, scientists call it structural coloration. Let me simplify it. It is a color reflected by light from a surface or structure. Therefore, when the source or the angle of light changes, so does the shade. If I go little deep into the meaning, I would say the feathers absorb all the colors from sunlight except the particular shade that is reflected. And examples of structural coloration are all the bluebirds found in the avian world. For example, best examples are the Voditor flycatcher. At the left hand side, it is a Voditor flycatcher, and the right hand side, it is a Tickle's blue flycatcher. And few other bluebirds are blue whistling thrush, and there are so many other bluebirds found in the avian world. And they are the perfect examples of structural coloration. No blue pigments are found in the vertebrates of our world. Only the there is one butterfly called Obrina olivewing. It has blue pigments. Only that, and again, it is not a vertebrate. So it is said that no vertebrate in this world has blue pigments. Okay, only the butterfly Obrina olivewing has blue pigments. Except that, nobody has, no birds have this blue pigment till now. And these guys look brilliant under direct sunlight. But very interestingly, they appear dull under low light or if the direction of light changes. If you see the bird under the direct sunlight, then it will appear a glossy blue like thing. And when it is cloudy and no light is there, then the bird will appear entirely different. So at that moment, you will know that that this bird is getting its color from its structures of the feather, not the pigments. Okay, so as a result of evolutionary adaptation in birds, they come with various sizes. There are titans as well as pygmies, or we can say there are giants and the dwarfs. Here you can see the size comparison of the largest and the smallest bird on earth. This is the smallest bird. This is a bee hummingbird, and this is the ostrich. All of you know that. This may be the new to many of you, but you know ostrich very, very well. So bee hummingbird is smaller than an average human thumb. Look at the thumb and the size of the bird. So it is smaller than an average human thumb, whereas an ostrich is much taller and stronger than an average human being. At the maximum height of an ostrich goes up to 9 feet. And look at this tiny guy. It is only 2 or 2.3 inches in length. So now you can imagine the evolutionary adaptations. Okay, how the birds have adapted different size as well. And next, till now, we have discussed about the evolutionary adaptations among birds, but roughly we will discuss about their contribution towards human being as well, because the prime motto of today's webinar is to create awareness among the general mass. Okay, so let's consider their contribution as well, not in detail, just in overview, but we will consider all the contribution. The first role played by the birds is that of a pollinator. Actually, we recognize butterflies and insects as pollinators, but very rarely we recognize birds as pollinators. But here I would say during the extreme cold climate and when the forests are dark and deep, these insect and butterflies, they cannot move during the cold weather. Okay, they are incapable of movement in dark forest and in cold climates. In those regions, the flowers completely depend upon birds for pollination. For example, the flowering plants of South America, they rely on hummingbirds for pollination entirely. No insect or butterfly can pollinate them. Okay, say those flowers have learned to rely on birds for pollination. And worldwide, there are about 2,000 species of pollinating birds we have nowadays. And if somebody will tell you that there are bats, they can pollinate the flowers, then you can say that bats can only pollinate the flowers that bloom at night. The day blooming flowers depends on birds for pollination. Okay, and sadly, 16.5% of bird and mammal pollinators are threatened with extinction nowadays. So we have to do something, and we have to help these guys to survive. Otherwise, we all will be doomed. So here is the next role played by the birds in our ecosystem, and that is they are the best seed dispersers in the world. There is one renowned website called fees.org. This website says that more than 70% of plant species that produce flowers depend on birds to disperse their seeds. Okay, here I would like to say the seeds that pass through the digestive system of a bird have more chances of germination and producing stronger seedlings. If it would not be for birds, many of our forests would have lost their diversity. अगर birds सीड डिस्पर्स नहीं कर रहे होते, एक जगह से लेके दूसरे जगह पे ड्रॉप नहीं करते होते, तो जंगलों में जितना डाइवर्सिटी आप अभी देख रहे हो ना, उतना डाइवर्सिटी होता ही नहीं, क्योंकि यू नो दैट प्लांट्स कैन नॉट मूव. So without birds dispersing seeds to other areas, definitely we would have lost all the diversity of the forest. So guys, let's again we should place that we have to save these tiny creatures. And the next role played by the birds in our ecosystem has greater importance. We call them scavengers, though this term has assumed negative connotations. They help in clearing the carrions and other waste to keep us safe from deadly pathogens by consuming them, thus free our environment and free human beings also from disease-causing bacteria and the unbearable stench of decaying dead. If there won't be any scavenger left in our ecosystem, then we will be affected with much more deadly viruses like COVID-19, and you won't imagine how the human being will be affected with those viruses. So Though people view them with contempt and disgust, but still they do their task. So henceforth, don't uh, uh, get disgusted when you see vultures or scavengers, those like the excreta eating birds. Just welcome them, and just think that they are there. That's why we are living. So the scavengers play a very vital role in our ecosystem. The next role played by them is that of a pest controller. Birds put a check to the multiplication of injurious pest insect. And we all know that insect pests multiply at an incredible speed due to their high fertility rate. Also, they have an insatiable appetite. You must have read in your textbook that the voracious caterpillar can consume food double its body weight a day. And not to mention the notorious locust with high reproductive rate. They can devastate a vast green tract in a few hours by gorging upon it. And controlling this huge number of insect pests is not at all possible for human alone. Okay, that means definitely we have to depend on birds for pest control. If you guys are thinking that we will use pesticide and then we will get rid of pests, then that is just impossible, because you know the repercussions of those pesticides and how it is getting into the food chain, and we are indirectly getting all those pesticides in our food. So this is next to impossible, and definitely we have to rely on birds for pest control. And finally, the role played by them is that of a vermin slayer. And vermins are the wild animals that are believed to be harmful to crops, farm animal, or which carry diseases. For example, rodent. And owls are the efficient vermin slayers. There are other birds who eat rats also, but these owls are very much efficient in killing them because their primary food is rodent. One family of owl consume up to 3,000 rodents annually. Now you can imagine how they contribute to our ecosystem and what is the magnitude of their contribution to our ecosystem. And if you want to know more about birds, then go for bird watching. Now we got a glimpse of the universe of the birds. So in order to get some more information, you need to observe them. And that is what we call bird watching. And why we should go for bird watching? Because when we watch them, we do not just watch them. Rather, we understand the universe around them. And we try to understand their behavior as well. I think all of you would agree with me. We try to find out from which country the birds have come from, if the climate of that country is similar to ours, if the bird can survive in our climate, what kind of food they eat, what type of food is available at our place. If those food are not available, then why they are migrating to our place? If they are present, then only they are migrating. There are so many such questions would come to your mind, and you will keep on exploring, and that will give you and feed you with good informations, and you will get more interest on them, and you will go on finding. So when you watch them, you will understand the birds and their lives also, and that clear us on ecological sensitivity. That means sometimes when we watch them, we just observe their response to changes occurring to the external world, how they react towards the external world in which they are living, and that indicate the sometimes that indicate the spread of toxicity or harmful radiations or impact of global warming in the ecology. So that way, while watching birds, you get to know the different types of behavior of the birds as well. And bird watching can be a recreational hobby. That means you can take it up as a hobby, or you can be a painter or a wildlife photographer, or you could be you can take it to the next level and can be a professional in this field. And we also go for bird watching because we love to see them. They give us happiness, that their color, their mannerism, their different types of call, all of them give us joy and happiness, and also keep us stress free. While watching, we almost forget everything around us, including our sorrows, right? So while bird watching, while we watch bird, we just forget our pain and everything. So guys, go for bird watching, have collect information about them, and try to save their habitat and the birds as well. Many of us are already a part of this fascinating world. But this is for those who are entirely new to this world of aves. Bird watching has become a hobby for many, and by doing this, we can contribute to increase the understanding of birds as well. So when you report your observation, when you see the different kind of behaviors and report that, that will help others to know about their behavior, and some way or the other that would help the scientist also to carry forward certain research works also. So you can be a part of this universe by participating in various mass level bird census, or by operating in your neighborhood census, or by visiting places that attract migratory birds. And uh, when you feed all these data into the eBird, or there are some other platforms, that would help all the fellow researchers for their research work as well. So guys, be a part of this universe. And with this, I put my presentation to rest. Be a bird wiser. Let's join hand to save the birds to save ourselves. Because if they will go extinct, then definitely we will vanish from this earth as well. Thank you all of you guys. Thank you. Stay safe, healthy, and bye-bye.
Thank you so much, Gagi. That was so much of valuable information which we is not aware of. It was apparently something which we came to know, some new things also. The pictures was all beautiful. Thank you so much. Thank you everyone for devoting your time. Any questions they can please ask.
Thank you, Hina. Thank you.
It was really a lovely seminar. It was really very, very informative. And I'm also thankful to Ripon Da, who also joined us, and Anupam Da, who also joined us, and Somik Da. Let me introduce them as well. Somik Da is also a ornithologist, and we have been doing the field camp of BNHS together at Bharatpur. And Ripon is a very, very well-known wildlife photographer. He has made India proud, and in basically he has won twice the BBC Wildlife Photographer of India, and is the first Indian who has won that title.
Wow.
Warm welcome to you, Riponda.
Thank you, Mukul, and thank you, Gargi, for your valuable inputs. Actually, I'm photographing birds for last 5 or 6 years, but I didn't know so many things about these birds, like their claws, their feet, and their wing tips. What does it mean? I didn't know that. Thank you, Gargi, for this all this input.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thanks for your moral boosting, your kind appreciation. Thank you so much.
And I would like to request everyone to please switch on your videos. We will take screenshot. Attendees, I'm switching on mine also.
I think Mukund sir has raised his hand. He wants want to ask something or what?
that should continue.
Hello, yeah. Good evening, everyone, and good evening, Mrs. Gargi. First of all, I
Good
would
evening.
like to thank you and the platform, the Exploring Nature, for inviting me to this very informative and interesting presentation webinar. And Ms. Gargi, she knows that I have been photographing birds and posting on the various Facebook groups and platform. And I'm based here in Dubai. And many people or many of the members may not be aware that Dubai, even though it is a desert place, it's home to more than 200 different species of birds, both residents as well as migrants. And I'm looking forward to this Egyptian nightjar, which is supposed to come during month of July, August. And today's presentation was very important for me to understand the evolution and various functions that they perform by way of pollinating, seed dispersal, and of course, cleaning up our environment. Thank you so much. So these are all additional information that I will be carrying from now onwards and spread among the group we have here in Dubai. And going forward, I have a request, maybe if there is any opportunity to make a presentation on this platform about the various birds that I have photographed here in Dubai. In case the members of this August group is interested and permits, I can make a presentation sometime going forward, depending upon the convenience of all the members. Thank you so much, Gargi, and all the respected members of the group for giving me this opportunity to be the part of today's webinar. Thank you.
Here, I would like to add something for Mukund sir. Actually, he is a really master blaster in photography, and recently I am reviewing his one of his coffee table edition, and very soon I will come up with that and I will publish in our web pages. And yes, of course, we will definitely like to listen to him and listen to all those birds present in those desert area, because directly we sometimes we don't get opportunity to have a look. So through your eyes we can see them and we can have all those informations about them. I think Mukulji also agree with that, and soon we will have some presentations and we'll get those valuable information from you, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
First of all, I'm very thankful to Mukund sir that you have attended our webinar, and we really will be very much glad to have you here. And definitely, we will be looking forward to hold your webinar as well. So we will be watching all the birds through your lens.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Here are a few kids. Bagmisri and Athia is my daughter, who is my photographer as well. And here is Bagmisri. She is a very cute little one. And these guys are very much interested in wildlife and photography as well. So today they have joined for me only. And they love to listen to all of you. That day when we were having the webinar on photography session, right? That day also Athia was present, and Bagmisri had some classes over there, so she couldn't. But these little kids are very much interested to take guidance from you people. And Mithlesh sir, I haven't come across you, but still I have heard some good things from Mukul as well. And I'm very happy to see all of you, and hope our association will bring good results. And in future, we will like to listen from your side also.
Let me introduce Mr. Sir. Basically, he has been doing bird watching when he didn't have binoculars, say about 35 years back. So that's how his journey started. And now he's also into photography as well. So he is slowly, picking up the bird photography, and he is sharing his photographs as well. So he has immense knowledge about birds, and he himself is from zoology background, and he has done PhD on birds, on ornithology basically.
Oh,
So
then
he is
sir का
basically the backbone of exploring nature.
ओके सो सर का तो फिर वेबिनार बनता ही है सर. डेफिनेटली वी विल लव टू हियर फ्रॉम यू.
हाँ सर का एक हो चुका है, आगे भी बनेगा. But my special thanks to Athiya and Bhagyashree for joining us. We want more people like you and Athiya. Very nice photographs. Thanks for that also. Please continue with the work you are doing. So thanks Bhagyashree and Athiya. Special thanks.
Bhagnishri.
Okay, I'm so sorry. Bhagyashree, special thanks to you.
गार्गी मैम, मैं फेसबुक से जुड़ा हूँ आपसे. जदा कदा आपके राइटअप पर मैं कमेंट करता हूँ.
ओह अच्छा.
डॉक्टर मिथिलेश द्विवेदी.
Okay, now I got it. Sorry, I'm really
बहुत अच्छा राइटअप है आपका. आई अप्रिशिएट ऑल द टाइम. और आज मैं समय निकाल कर बैठा कि आपका एक आ रहा है प्रोग्राम. बहुत अच्छा लगा. बहुत नाइसली यू प्रेजेंटेड. गॉड ब्लेस यू टू सेव द बर्ड्स. Thank you.
I'm really grateful for Ripan sir, for Mithilesh sir, and Mukund sir, and our BNHS participants. I'm just missing his name. And all of you guys, I'm really grateful to you. Thank you so much.
Please
Thank you.
switch on your video so that we can take a screenshot.
Yes, everyone can
yes.
please on your camera so that we can take a screenshot. Thank you so much for that.
Yeah, Soumik sir is there. He is not switching on his.
Gargi ma'am forgot my name. Gargi ma'am forgot my name.
No, sir. Actually, I'm a little bit confused because it starts with S and ends with S. No, so I'm a little bit confused. So
Actually, I joined late. I was busy with my duty. Till now, I am on duty. But I joined at around 8. It's nice presentation, ma'am. Shall we be able to get the recording?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
The
yes.
recording will be
It will
uploaded
be
on the
uploaded in YouTube later on.
Okay.
In due space of time, because I have to be back to my work, to my home to do this. But still, I'm in the field since 1 month.
Oh, okay. Mukul, on your return, you please provide me the video. And I am
Sure.
very happy to see Riponda also. Riponda is also present here. Good evening, Riponda.
yeah, Bappa Devnath sir is also there. And actually, Soumik da, you just logged in lately, na? That's why I couldn't notice your name.
Oh,
And
okay.
who are there from BNHS. Sorry, I'm really sorry.
No. Thank you, ma'am. Gargi ma'am recently helped me to identify one bird that Rufus Georgian, Rufus Georgian.
Yeah. Right. Rufus Georgian.
Okay. Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you
Thank
so
you,
much.
everyone.
So thanks all. Hina, would you like to close it formally?
Sure. Should I stop the recording?
Yeah, please.
Okay then. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
You guys keep safe and stay healthy. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye. Good
Thank
night.
you. Bye bye.